A few countries voted for what they call social justice. Venezuela did, and Hollywood applauded. Danny Glover, Oliver Stone, Sean Penn, and Harry Belafonte all praised the new socialist leader, Hugo Chavez. Chavez has now died, but his picture is still on walls everywhere, and one of his flunkies, Nicolas Maduro, now presides over Venezuela's socialist revolution. Although today, some of the people who voted for it are mad that they didn't get all the goodies that they were supposed to get. And others are mad because since Chavez took over, Venezuela's economy has been in the tank. The news site, the Pan Am Post, covers Latin America and its experiments with social justice. Its editor is Fergus Hodgson. So what's going on?
People are living through a nightmare of socialism. We're seeing the outcomes now, but it's been building for more than 10 years. There is a wave of corruption, crime, inflation. The people are leaving in droves. So
but why does that have to go with socialism? It just was supposed to share everything.
They have ruined incentives to be productive. They've violated property rights. They've confiscated property. So they have taken away the incentive for companies to be there. So if you can't keep the fruits of your labor, what incentive is there to build a productive economy?
So this country that makes, it's an oil-rich country. They make almost $100 billion a year selling oil. They're still poor.
You have a tsunami of corruption in and out of the country, and you also have a whole array of failed social programs.
They also spend money in these pictures of Chavez all over. People have his picture tattooed on their bodies.
Right. So this is one of the most bizarre elements.
They get that free. That's also subsidized by the government?
Yes. So there are state-sponsored events where you can go and get a free tattoo of Chavez's signature, and they have painted Chavez's eyes, just like 1984, having Big Brother's eyes looking at you. It is just creepy.
Well, it creeps me out, but people there seem to like him, and leftists all over say this is going to work. The Guardian newspaper, leftist newspaper in Britain, no one can explain why a rich country has no food. But you just explained it.
That's just a crazy statement, right? So no one can explain it. There are economists all over the place explaining it. People in Venezuela, people outside.
Once it became clear that Chavez's 21st century socialism wasn't exactly working out as hoped, and Venezuelans were protesting and rioting, I thought American leftists would at least be embarrassed by their early enthusiasm. But no, I think they're immune to embarrassment. After the tyrant Chavez died, Washington Post leftist Eugene Robinson found all kinds of nice things to say about it.
He could act like a buffoon, but he was very smart and obviously and tenacious and determined. Was he a tyrant? You should remember he was democratically elected. Why did he have popular support? Because for many decades the poor of Venezuela had been ignored. He provided medical attention that the poor of Venezuela hadn't received before.
He cared about the poor. Capitalists don't.
It breaks my heart to see the people who are suffering in Venezuela and all these Hollywood types don't seem to care or are blind to it. People like Oliver Stone, they don't want to see the truth. And this
Oliver Stone called him a great hero.
No, sure, it's true that he was democratically elected the first time, but he rigged the system. They have total control over the media. They have total control of the electoral process. If you put your political opponents in prison, how democratic is that?
But Don King, the boxing promoter, said he goes to Venezuela and says, to see what is happening here makes me feel good all over. You, he says to Chavez, you are the one concerned about the poor. Danny Glover, a true man of the people.
Where are people going to? Are they going to live in lovely Venezuela, or are they coming here, right? Are the Cubans, are they hanging out there or getting on ships or little boats, makeshift boats trying to get here? The Venezuelan economy, the people in control of it are on some insane quest to repeat the Cuban multi-decade failure.
But people in Venezuela love these dictators. I mean, Reuters reports a Venezuelan politician rolled out a variation of the Lord's Prayer. Our Chavez who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. May your legacy come to us so we can spread it to the people. Give us your light to guide us every day. Lead us not into the temptation of capitalism.
Yeah,
and people applauded in the legislature.
This is the cult of Hugo Chavez, and that is not the people of Venezuela. That's the Socialist Party of Venezuela who are loyal to him. They're part of the crony system. They're part of the problem. They don't want to have open, fair elections. They're afraid of it.